This is the first video I uploaded to my channel. Titled A Very Pointless Video, it was originally something for a college class I put together that I only uploaded to my channel so it would appear when you searched for it, since you could only search for channels with 2 or more videos. This video and my channel are now a year old, so I went back to it the night before New Year's Eve for, let's call it nostalgia, and instead found myself neck-deep in contemplation and reflection on the year gone by. If you're looking for something funny or insightful, you won't find it here. But you don't have to worry, my next video will be uploaded tomorrow. You're free to click off if you want. This isn't something I need you to listen to as much as it is something I want to say. Something I need to get off my chest, regardless if anyone listens or not. This is my New Year's resolution.
Who might be led to look at the popularity of Mauler's content and say, well, I guess that means I don't even need to consider how I'm discussing a work. I can just vomit out my 20-hour-long Space Jam review and then be shocked to discover.
Dude, go for it. If someone out there wants to make a 20-hour review of Space Jam, just fucking redraft a couple times. Try and avoid repetition. Focus on what you're actually gunning for in terms of the details. Fucking go for it. Make videos on what you're passionate about. It doesn't matter how long they are. Just get out what you want to get out. But redraft to try and focus down and rip things out. Don't listen to people like this who would tell you that, like, no one can make a video longer than 2 hours without becoming aimless. His evidence for it is all horseshit.
I've never been a very social person. Most people who say they're introverted can still hold a conversation in an online environment, but I am what people think they are when they say they're introverted. I'm antisocial to an unhealthy degree. Even on Discord, I struggle with conversations. If I'm not hesitating and waiting for the best possible moment to join a conversation without looking like a complete jackass, half the time I am a complete jackass, fumbling around with my thoughts, misunderstanding the topic entirely, or just speaking in a way that unnerves everyone else because I don't know how to talk casually. Or if I do, it's just not the same kind of casual as everyone else. Then I find myself leaving the chat and waiting for the next best moment, assuming I don't leave to do something else entirely. And the other half of the time, the conversation goes well, but usually doesn't last long. I wish I could say exactly why. I'm just not good at talking. But there are cases when I find it much easier to chat with someone. Out of all the social media platforms I was drawn to, I enjoyed conversations on the YouTube comment section the most. I think that's why it was so easy to find conversation there. YouTube comments were always looked upon as this wasteland that many YouTubers went out of their way never to read. For a while, it wasn't hard to find someone who disagreed with me, and I think that's why a lot of my conversations were so easy to be a part of. I think I find it much easier to focus on a topic of a discussion when the person I'm talking with actively disagrees with my point of view in some way. It wasn't always civil, but I adapted to at least sound civil when other people weren't. And I especially enjoyed it when the conversation got lengthy and the comments would extend to these multi-paragraph long responses. I love taking my time, sometimes even a day if need be, to actively think out my logic, reflect on my views, and then respond to the opposition in turn. But those particular conversations were very rare. In fact, debates at all were generally fewer than regular conversations, unfortunately. And I think that's what drew me to want to be a YouTuber. Maybe instead of being a part of someone else's conversation, I could start the conversation myself. Making videos and talking about stuff I was passionate about with others was certainly appealing, but I didn't always feel it would work out, and I kept trying to find excuses not to do it. Of course, I eventually got the nudge that I needed to finally make my first attempt. Well, second attempt, but that's another story. Looking back on my earlier videos, I don't regret most of them, but in retrospect, I wish I started with some of my more passionate projects first. The topics of my earliest videos, while still views I hold to some degree, weren't ones I was as interested in discussing with others. They were more like, I guess, appetizer videos. Shorter videos that I'd put out while I was waiting for my channel to grow before I began working on my more passionate projects. The things I really wanted to talk about were videos that I could likely go on for an hour or so. But at the time, I really didn't think anyone would want to watch everything wrong with Kingdom Hearts as a story, an in-depth review of Fate Zero, and a rewrite of the sequel trilogy if it was several hours long and made by someone with fewer than 10 subscribers. And maybe that's what drew me to Mauler and, by extension, EFAP. There was so much content in a single video, I found myself listening to individual podcasts multiple times. I'd known about EFAP for a while, but something just kept me thinking that people wouldn't want to watch hour-long videos, at least not the videos I wanted to make. It wasn't until I re-uploaded the Just Right debate that I finally decided I would join their Discord, and at the time, I wasn't thinking, yeah, sure, I needed another Discord server that I don't ever use, as much as I was hoping that I could just be a part of a community. And I suppose I could stand to be a bit more active in that community. After a long hiatus for many different reasons, I felt a different and more active approach was a bit overdue. The Just Right debate and my video on subjectivity got more attention than I was initially expecting, and finally it felt like there was a conversation to be had about topics I was passionate about. I made it a goal to respond to as many people as possible, and especially my detractors. If not so I could be a part of a conversation, then to let my audience know I'm willing to interact with them, and I want to get to know them, both as individuals and as a community. It was just a shame that my detractors didn't always want to respond back. Having a discussion was always my number one goal. I sort of lost sight of that as time had gone on. And I think I momentarily misconstrued that goal with just wanting to grow as a channel, which I still do, but not for its own sake. It began to feel like uploading videos was the hardest part of this hobby. It never felt like the things I wanted to talk about would be well received or stuff anyone would care about. And the things I did think others would care about felt like videos that I didn't put any real effort into. So I'd find myself just staring at the upload screen of YouTube Studio for copious amounts of time, and sometimes I'd withhold the video entirely because I didn't think it'd be worth uploading. And that's just one more thing I aim to change this year. I'm uploading this video mostly for my own reference, because I always want future me to remember where he started, why he started, and the goal he should aim to achieve. I look at some other small YouTubers, some who've done a much better job than I have, some that have started smaller than I am now, grew larger than I am now, and did it in less time than it took me to get to where I am now, and I can't help but feel a little underaccomplished. I think my biggest issue has always been a lack of focus. Even now I struggle to find a consistent niche, but I guess that's to be expected when your only goal in mind is to make videos you want to talk about with others without any particular topic in mind. Still, I'm thankful for those few commenters who actually give me feedback when I ask for it. And that's why I want to be more active with my viewers. I want to learn how to improve as a content creator and as a channel. I want to grow and be more active in the communities I'm a part of. I want to learn to be more social. I want to have at least one conversation every week on Discord, and I'm going to try my hardest to be less introverted. I want to spend more time on my videos, I want to make longer videos covering topics that I'm more passionate about, and I want to care less about what I think the response to those videos are, as much as I just care about talking about them. And of course, I want to get better at this hobby that I'm having so much fun with despite the progress I've made so far. And I want to have this reminder so that future me will always remember these goals. I don't know why I'm not privating this video if it's mainly for my own reference. Something about making it public just feels right, and I can't explain it. Maybe it's because I feel venting to someone is more satisfactory than venting to no one. Maybe I hope that being more transparent with my viewers will help others understand and make it easier to socialize with them. Or maybe deep down this is all just pretension speaking, meant to get pity points from others and I'm just in denial about it. In any case, if someone is watching this right now, regular content will resume tomorrow. I hope you don't feel like your time has been wasted. I hope you have an excellent new year, and stay platinum.